Hey guys, it's Salukis here. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make fun cube gameplay, and we're going to be talking about orbs, pads, placements of blocks, and all sorts of other things. This is going to be the first video in a series of videos, so if you want to stay tuned for other game modes, please subscribe. It'd be much appreciated, and we just had 400 subscribers, so thank you everybody who has subscribed. Alright, let's get into it. Here's some examples. Okay, for our first example, we've got the use of pads. So pads are something that you do not want to abuse. So when you're making transitions out of pads, you want to make them as fun as possible. You want to make sure that your cube has time to curve down and actually hit it instead of hitting it when it's up there. So this was the right example. So you have plenty of time to curve down and kind of get so that juicy downward curve of the pad. And this version, you don't really have much there. You just kind of go into it. And this also can be used in blind gameplay. So that's why you got to avoid doing that with the pads. All right. And our next example, we've got use of going upwards. So when you're going upwards, you want to make sure that it's gradual, like in this example. Like, see, I went up 3 tiles in that example. And it wasn't blind, like, you can see everything that's going ahead of you. In this example, you have little time, and see how your cube kind of like goes forward on the blocks. You can't do this for very long without your cube like crashing. So you got to make sure that when you're going upwards, you try to make it as gradual as you can, or else it may be blind to some people. All right, or placements. So the right position is where you have time to curve downwards and buffer it. But if you're making a harder level, sometimes you may want to like time the orb like I did there. Like that was a really late timing. And you could do that, but you want to make sure that it's not like this, where you just come right out of, you may as well just make it like this. So you got to make sure that you actually use your orbs to the fullest potential and make sure they drop down a little bit. And this can be used in hard levels, like I said. Alright, next one is going downwards. In this example, you know that you're going downwards very dramatically. So you want to, just like going up, you want to make it as gradual as possible. So in this example of what's right, I'm going down slowly, and you can see what I'm going to do next. In this example, when I'm in the level, I have no idea what's down there. So you always want to make sure you wanted to avoid blind jumps. Blind jumps are a killer in a lot of layouts. So let's just pretend that you're coming out of a ship section. All right. You want to make sure that going into a cube section, you want it to be as smooth as possible and little room. So I could go on the top half of the portal and the bottom half of the portal, and I will still have the same jump afterwards. Now in this example here, you have to go in you have to really time that. Maybe that was a little bit too dramatic. But you have to, like, if I go on the top, I'm going to die. So I have to go on the lower end. But you want to make sure that wherever you go in the portal, you want to make that first jump. Next one is Orb Use. So in this example, I've got a good mix of blocks and orbs. In this example, there's no spamming of orbs. It's very smooth, and you don't feel like you're dealing with too many orbs. And in this example, the bad example, see how I'm hitting, like, how many orbs was that? Like 7. You don't want to hit this many orbs, even if you're trying to sync it, because it can be very annoying to play, and 2, there's a lot of room for bugs if you don't. See, if I click early, it ruins a lot of the placements of where I'm supposed to go. So you want to make sure you have blocks to area. So that's all for the examples. Now I'm going to show you an example of some fun cube gameplay. Hopefully you can be more comfortable with the cube game mode now. If you were having trouble before and this video didn't solve it, please give me a DM on Discord, and my tag will be in the description. But other than that, subscribe if you want to watch other game modes coming up, and thank you for 400 subscribers. See ya.